And back at Amaroo Park for the Appendix J feature race, again over a distance of 5 laps, and again the Golden Oldies have their opportunity to blast around the 1.93 kilometres, and the driver that we look there at is number 34, Bruce Allen, in the little Mini. Cleaned them up in the preliminary, the Appendix J's, and the way things are shaping up, it looks like he might do it again. In fact, let's take a look at the grid, the top 12 in this event. Bruce Allen has pole position, 61.21. Alongside him, Greg Topfer in the EH Holden. On the second row, Robert Tweedy in the Mini did very well in the first heat. Frank Dartell alongside him in a similar little Mini brick. Row number 3 is Nigel Brennan and Mark Duquette in the Chev Nova. Row number 4, Bob Asher and Steve Trevica in the Valiant, of all things. Row 5 is Mike Dyer and Sam Peary in the Mini. And row number 6 is Chris Oxley and Brad Tilley. That's the top 12. There's 25 entries in this event. There'll be some traffic up the top of that hill.
Here's the man on pole position, drawing up to his allotted mark. Some wonderful machinery on the grid for the start of this race. They're coming from everywhere.
I know the feeling.
What happened to you, by the way?
No comment, no comment, and no comment.
Okay. I wondered.
I wasn't quite sure whether at Amaroo Park for the Group E race, or
didn't know whether you were coming or going. What's changed?
Or at Liverpool for the Demolition Derby.
It gets a bit that way out there, doesn't it?
Yep.
Rough and tumble, particularly at Amaroo, because it is such a tight and twisting circuit, and all categories of racing here provide plenty of thrills. That's why they always draw such a terrific crowd, and today, for the first round of the Touring Car Championship and supporting cast, no exception.
I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our viewers across Australia today, also through TV New Zealand for the coverage of the Australian Touring Car Championship, and also to the United Kingdom for the coverage of same. We have viewers who have joined us from Western Australia, from the Northern Territory, all over Queensland, New South Wales, Australian Capital Territory, throughout Victoria, and a special hello to all our friends in Tasmania. Plan to bring you what we think will be a great start to the 1986 Australian Touring Car title from Sydney's Amaroo Park this afternoon. Walk down memory lane, though, for this event. 5 laps the distance, and the man to beat is going to be Bruce Allen. Flag is up. And it's down, and Bruce Allen gets across the grid quickly, but even quicker is Greg Topfer as he makes the run on the outside, heading up, but no, the Mini will get it, going up the hill for the first time. And just look at the Chevy Nova making such a great run up the hill. Mark Duquette as they crest the top of Skyline and drop into Dunlop Loop.
Well, that big charge didn't quite carry Duquette to the front, but it's taken him up into second place behind Bruce Allen. And of course he's got a ton of power, so it'll be interesting to see when they get down on the flatter stretch of the course at the back whether or not he can pull in.
Oh, there's one going off. Oh, Valiant. They're not handling any better. Car number 27 has run off the track up at the top end.
Steve Trevica as Greg Topfer makes a dive on the inside at Honda corner. Tries to go underneath the Chev Nova, couldn't pull the manoeuvre off, and the Minis are at it again. Look at the field, there's plenty of them. Some of those guys having a lot of trouble getting to an apex in the turn by the look of it.
I think the Wonder Watch is going to be our second place driver, Mark Duquette in the Chevy Nova, as he's got them backing up behind them like they're trying to make their way into the car park. Well, it's got all the grunt, but it looks like he has his hands full trying to stop the thing up the top. And the legs aren't long enough. Across the line, 1 down, 4 remain in the Golden Oldies Appendix J feature race here at Amaroo Park. Mark Duquette following the race leader as they head to the top of the hill. There is the leader, Bruce Allen, in the little Mini. Past qualifier, 61.21 yesterday.
Robert Tweedy in car number 79, the light blue Mini, is starting to move up a little bit as well, and he was the driver that finished third in the prelim. And there's the car that we saw in the opening lap going off into the boonies. Bruce Allen the leader with a great gap. You can see just how big it is, probably 2.5 or even 3 seconds. And look at this bunch.
Oh, it's on here, down the inside of the Chevy. That's a bit of bossa nova for you. They come out of the bend, and Greg Topfer goes through, takes over second as they head down towards the lake corner. Topfer goes into second, and Mark Duquette in the Chevy Nova trying to keep all these Minis at bay. Now, I think Duquette is going to find it tougher as this race progresses.
7 Minis, in fact, started in this race. So they've got a fair hand in it, including the race lead at the present time by a big space. Topfer in second place, then Duquette in the Chevy Nova, then 2 Minis side by side, 79, Robert Tweedy, and 48, Frank Dartell.
Over the top of Nissan Skyline, Topfer in the Holden. Mark Duquette, Chevy Nova, 69, and then the Minis backing up behind him. Quite a good course for Minis. It's very, very tight, uphill section, and this downhill section that brings them through this right-hander and then down to the left-hander at Honda Corner.
Leading division going away there, and the Chevy Nova looks about 3 miles wide to these guys at the moment.
They wouldn't know where to pass it.
Well, they've got no chance of passing him right here because he's drawing away under power coming down to the corner. Now they'll close up a little as the braking starts into the lake. Well, not into the lake, but round the corner.
Anything's possible at Amaroo. Is Mark Duquette being harried here by 3 Minis through Wonderlick Corner. And once again, back across the line and up towards Bitchapave Hill. 2
laps to go.
This is the frustrating part of the course, obviously, for the Mini drivers, because that Chevy V8 just out-accelerates them up the top, goes through this corner, and then it's hard on the brakes. Watch this. Little Mini 79 ranges up. Can't do much about it until Duquette gets the Nova straight. And as soon as he does, of course, he takes off down through this part of the track.
There'll be some fun and games coming up because the oil flags are at the next portion of the course after we come out of this left-hander. One of the golden oldies has had a big spit. Look at Tweedy darting through here as we go back to the leader, car number 34, Bruce Allen.
Well, Allen doing this very, very comfortably, stretching his lead all the time. There you can see it, the gap from the leader. Coming up with 1 lap to go. Nova still continues its battle, but for this man in 34, Bruce Allen, it's plain sailing, heading up Bitchapave Hill in front of the packed terraces, taking the left-hander at the top of Skyline and dropping down into Dunlop for the final circuit.
Greg Topher still holding down second place in car 88, the E.H. Holden, but a fair space behind this man. And another big gap to that Battle Royal, which continues for third place, involving Robert Tweedy in car 79, Frank Dartell in 48, and also Mark Duquette in the Chevy Nova. But he's looking a bit lonely out there, Bruce Allen. Not that he'd be complaining, I don't think. He hasn't had anybody breathing down his neck from the time the flag dropped.
And at least it's straight. Here's 69, Mark Duquette.
So he's recaptured third spot, Duquette. He did give it up briefly to car number 48, Frank Dartell. In fact, Dartell's having another go at him as they go into that corner, but here's the race winner. He will be in about 3 seconds as the flag drops for Bruce Allen in the Appendix J feature race here at Amaroo Park. Good effort. Unbeaten here today in this category. Bruce Allen. Greg Topher crosses the line in second place, and in third place it was car 48. Frank Dartell getting the best of that race-long scrap with Robert Tweedy and Mark Duquette for the minor position. No doubts, though, about the race winner. Acknowledging the crowd as he does a wind-down lap of Amaroo Park.
I tell you what, he did that well. Topher, not a bad job at all for second because he had to break through late in the race.
It's as close as he's ever been.
Let's recap the placings for you on the Castrol scoreboard. Allen the winner. Topher will take second place. Dartell takes third. On the other side of the break, we'll talk to a motor racer who goes round in circles occasionally.